Hello friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel for your new moon readings for the new moon in Capricorn cycle from covering January 17th through to February 15th. This reading is for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising friends. Please go ahead and click on the Book Now link in the banner if you would like to receive a 6-month reading. I do those anytime, so it doesn't just have to be at the beginning of the year. It will cover the period of 6 months from whenever you receive the reading. And my readings are not like anyone else's that you're going to come across. I do provide you with a 45 to 60 minute live tarot reading in response to your questions or your concerns, as well as including with that a 6-month forecast. So I will draw up a natal chart for you and map out the major transits that are going to be affecting you over a 6-month period so that you have the best kind of weather report, you know, to move forward, to take certain actions, or to kind of wait until wait until weather conditions are better to make your move. So that's very, very helpful. And as well, I also will give you 6 months of affirmations, 1 affirmation per month that I will pick from Spirit for you. And those are the affirmations that the universe wants you to focus on and use to empower you and focus you as those 6 months go by. So you get a really full package there. And I enjoy doing those readings, and I hope to be able to do that for you as well. All right. So that having been said, let's go ahead and get into the reading here for you for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So I pulled this energy card for you, this affirmation card, and the card says, energy flows where my intention goes. Nice little rhyme there. Energy flows where my intention goes. Now it sounds very simple, but it actually is a very powerful statement. Because as you know, if you know anything about physics, everything is energy. Everything we say, do, imagine, think about, that's all energy. All right. Physics says that matter and energy are not created, and they are not, they can't be destroyed. Energy and matter just transform. Okay. So, you know, energy can come in the form of your thoughts, what or who you're thinking about, your actions, what actions you take or don't take. Money is energy. I mean, if you think about it, you know, we use money as a tool to receive the things that we need to, you know, get our needs fulfilled. If we don't have money, you know, that's a pretty bleak feeling energy. If we do have money and we're able to, you know, satisfy our needs, our practical needs, and that is a good energy for us. Okay. Love is a very powerful form of energy, and you know that giving love and receiving love, not having love, those are energy fields that are very you know, tremendously powerful in our lives. So I want you to meditate on where you are, where your energy is flowing, because where all of those things are flowing is where your intention goes. So what are you focusing on for this new moon cycle, Gemini? What are your intentions? What if you spend the next 15 seconds thinking, where does your mind wander to? And that is where your heart is, or that is where your main focus is. So right now, I do feel as though something is going on that you know, that is blocking your energy. You are coming up here very strongly at the base of the deck, the King of Swords reversed. So, you know, King of Swords represents air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you are showing up here. This can be male or female. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Something is blocking your energy, and that's why this affirmation card is trying to wake you up and make you aware of that. And I think not only is something blocking your energy, but it's really having a very powerful effect on you, and not necessarily in a good way. I feel as though it is changing your personality, it's changing your moods, it's changing the way you react to people, and the way they react to you. Because if your energy is blocked, then that's a negative state, and you're going to express it. You know, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, so that's the communication planet. So at your best, you are the master communicator. You know exactly what to say at the right time, how to say it. You may be able to say it in several languages and dialects, okay? You may be able to tell a story while you're saying it. There's something very powerful and unique about your ability to communicate with others. You have that gift, that talent, that, you know, that natural skill. But if you're not communicating in a positive way, it can be just, you know, the opposite. You can be very sarcastic, very biting, very thoughtless in what you're saying. You know, you're not really concerned about other people's feelings. You're just gonna say what you feel. And I feel that when you are acting out of that, or when you're expressing yourself in that energy, there's something behind there. It can be some kind of pain that you're dealing with or not able to face. There could be, you know, you could be hurt. You could be feeling unappreciated, like you're not accepted. So there is some form of, there could be a form of struggle in whatever way it is. You know, if this resonates for you, you know what that is. That has you really difficult to deal with. You know, I'm going to say that it's got you where you are a difficult person to deal with right now. Now, you have the moon coming up reversed here for you, okay, which is in the recent past. And the moon can possibly represent why you are feeling and reacting and acting the way you are right now. The moon reversed can bring about secrets out into the open, can bring secrets out into the open. There could be revelations. There could be things that you have recently found out about that you were not aware of, that have you angry and anxious and perhaps even afraid. You know, feeling betrayed perhaps by people that you trusted. There's a lot of emotional energy attached to that moon. So whatever it is, it has hit you hard on an emotional level, you know, and you are an air sign. You're very rational, you're very intellectual. You don't lead with your emotions. You lead with your, you know, with your intellect first. But if something hits you emotionally, it hits you hard because you're not necessarily used to dealing with that type of energy, and so it can have a heavier influence on you than, say, you know, a water sign. So I feel that I also have to mention that some of you may be dealing with depression right now. You may be dealing with an emotional state that really has you feeling trapped and overwhelmed, and, you know, like you can't get your head above water, and you're just striking out at everybody and everything. But I feel that right now it seems as though something is happening where you may have recently received like a glimmer of change, or some kind of seed is being planted that has you able to kind of pull your head out from under the covers and look toward the future. And some of you may be making plans, like something has happened where the energy has shifted a little bit. You know, you're not fully out of it because you are still coming up upside down here, but it's like something's happened where maybe there's a breather of some sort. Maybe if this is a professional situation, maybe you've received some kind of offer that makes you a little more optimistic about the future, about potentials than you were perhaps last month. There may be an opportunity to travel. There may be a new job situation that has presented itself. You may have gotten some good news that is allowing you to finally be able to make plans to move forward and to make some kind of progress. So it's something that has come about. Perhaps some of you are about to join forces with 2 other people as a team effort, some project or creative project that has been presented to you that you can really put your mark on, and you can really focus your talents and your skills on. Okay, so something's happening. There, as I said, there may be some travel coming up, maybe a business trip, maybe, you know, you've been selected for something that's going to allow you to get out of the current environment that you're in, where the energy may be very heavy and toxic. And, you know, sometimes just removing ourselves from our current environment can completely change our outlook, our, you know, our hopes and our dreams. It can give us new life. So there's something I feel that is coming through that is, and you are saying to yourself, you know, I see you sitting on the edge of the bed, or sitting at your desk, or, you know, sitting out in the park, wherever you are, or even sitting in your car and saying, you know what, there's got to be more than this. There has to be more than this right now, and I've got to find that opening, that breakthrough. Okay, so this is a positive thing. What you're coming into is the 9 of Wands reversed, and this makes sense to me because I feel as though the stress, the anxiety, the pressure, the tension that you've been dealing with, you are going to make a decision to let it all go. I see some of you just surprising and shocking everyone by saying, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm just done. I'm not willing to carry this load any longer. I'm not willing to give any more energy to what this is that has been, you know, has me strung up. And so you are, you know, ready to release that, ready to release whatever this source of, you know, the source of stress is. The 2 of Pentacles is in the advice card, and that is reversed, and that is also saying to me that you've been juggling something, trying to keep your head above water. Again, I keep using that metaphor, but that really is what I'm feeling, you know, being overwhelmed to that point. And now the advice card here is saying it's time to let something go. You know, it's a very similar energy to the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is letting the tension go, let the stress go. And then the 2 of Pentacles is letting whatever that thing is, that those things are that you've been trying to balance and make happen and make work, and, you know, breaking your back trying to achieve some sort of equilibrium. Something has got to give, and it's like the dam that breaks, okay, where you know, you can only hold back those waters for so long, and then either you have to build a stronger dam, or someone has to come in and reinforce it, or the floodwaters are going to break. And so I feel as though you are going to be taking it in your own hands to do that in a way that works for you, rather than waiting for you know, waiting for yourself to be completely overwhelmed. Now, this could be work. Some of you could have recently taken on a tremendous amount of extra responsibility, and maybe you found out that either you're not appreciated for it, or there are people there that are trying to undermine you, or you're not going to get credit for the work that you've done. And so, you know, you're feeling, well, I don't want to be bothered with this anymore, so I'm handing this back over. Okay, I'm gonna do something else. Some of you have recently, as I said, possibly received a new job offer, and so now, you know, you are poised and ready to just walk away from, you know, what you were dealing with, what you were trying to you know, keep a hold of, keep balanced. I think you're within your right mind to make that decision, to drop something so that you can move forward with strength. Now, I feel that someone is not going to be very happy with you once you do this. And I just, this is a warning to let you know that someone that you are dealing with, and who I really feel this is, who's coming up at the tail end of the reading here, is a earth sign, which could be a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And it's possible that this person has depended on you financially, and that the reason that they're not going to be happy with you is that you're no longer going to be available to them to support them, and that's going to throw things off for them on a financial level. The Nine of Cups reversed is in the area that rules other people, and the Nine of Cups reversed is, the wish card, but when it's reversed, its wishes are not coming true. So either that person is not going to be able to fulfill your wishes, meaning that what you have been hoping for, perhaps support from this person, you may not get it. Okay, they, with that earth energy, may be so stuck in their way of doing things that they're not really, they're not able to provide you with what you need here. They're not able to provide you with the support to be able to help you carry all of those wands and carry those two crystals. Okay, so yes, anticipate the fact that that they're not going to be happy with you, that there may be pushback from this person, but I really feel as though you're in a state right now where no one should mess with you, because you're not filtering right now, and that's not necessarily a good thing, because if you are dealing, say you're dealing in a professional situation, you don't necessarily want to leave behind chaos when you walk away from that environment. You don't necessarily want to burn your bridges if you don't have to, because the world is very small now, and whatever industry you might be in or kind of work you're in, it's pretty much guaranteed that at some point in the future, if you stay in the field that you're in, you're going to cross paths with someone who knew you from then, or knew someone who knew you from then. And you want to make sure that the reputation that you're leaving with is one that is a positive reputation. You just never know who you may have to deal with or encounter, even if you don't have to depend on them in the future. If that person is within your zone, you don't want to have that energy. So if this is an emotional situation or a family situation, it's even more complicated, because if it's family, family's family. They don't go anywhere. We don't choose who becomes our family, or who is our family, but we do have to deal with them, and we have to, we may not agree with them, but they may or may not go anywhere, so you don't want to leave a strained situation where family connections are, even if you don't care, you're connected to that person by someone else, and maybe there's someone else that has been supportive to you that you don't want them to take on stress of your conflict with someone else. If it's a relationship, well, it may be something that you're going to walk away from, and that you are going to turn your back on this person. And unfortunately, relationships do come and go, and if it is a situation that no longer serves your higher purpose, or that is no longer healthy for you, then you may have to let go of it. Okay, the Six of Pentacles, or Six of Crystals, is the obstacle card here, and it is reversed, and it basically says exactly what I just mentioned, that someone is not giving equal to what you are. There's a very imbalanced relationship here. It's very off balance, whether it's work, whether you are putting more effort in than everybody else and you're not being recognized or accepted or respected, or it is a family situation where this is the same person that still is depending on you, and you're and they never get up on their own feet. That's the current energy. And you may be tired of it. And if it is a one-on-one relationship, a long-term partner, it may be a very imbalanced partnership. and you may be feeling fed up at this point. Again, the King of Crystals is the final card here, and this energy, so how I read this is that the Moon is the recent past, the Three of Wands is current as you're listening to this now. The Nine of Wands is the near future, okay? The near future, say the next week to 10 days. The King of Pentacles is at the outcome, and so that card would represent the time frame right before the next new moon cycle. So say a week to 10 days before February 16th. So it may be that period of time when you are receiving the strongest reaction from this King of Pentacles energy. There may be conflict there. There may be them acting very selfish, very miserly, overly concerned with finances, overly concerned with their own security, and not really focusing any of their energy on on what's good for you as well. So as I said, there may be a clash, there may be, words that are spoken, or you may decide that you're just going to completely cut free from whatever and whoever this is, because you are concentrating on the future and a bright new future, which the Three of Wands represents. There is that glimmer of hope, that promise that something is coming through that's going to give you a brand new perspective, a new vista. And you're looking forward for progress and growth and satisfaction, okay? So again, the affirmation card here, energy flows where my intention goes. So set your intentions this month towards and on what it is that you want to manifest. That Three of Wands card is a very strong intention card. Three of Wands, it's the Ace of Wands is the seed. The Two of Wands is the partnership that comes together. And then the Three of Wands is the result, the beginnings of some growth. So some of you may be, as I said, linking up with a team, with two other people, and moving in a very different direction than where you were prior to this period, and perhaps even with this King of Pentacles energy, okay? I also want to mention that the Nine of Cups reversed can sometimes talk about someone who is overindulging in something. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be shopping, it could be some addiction. All right, so the King of Pentacles energy could definitely have an addiction to the material. Maybe they're someone who gambles a lot, or someone who spends their money on things that are extremely wasteful. And you have been watching this and dealing with this, and and frankly, you're tired of it. You're not accepting it any longer. You don't want to accept it any longer. So it's going to be important for you to keep your energy up. Many of you, if you're coming up as this King of Swords, so you are under stress, you are dealing with tension. Very important for you to make sure that you are replenishing those energies, okay, Gemini? Because one of the ways that stress manifests with you is anxiety. You can get very nervous. You can develop some kind of nervous condition when you are under a lot of stress, and it creates a situation where you're unable to focus, you're unable to concentrate, you're all over the place, you're forgetful, you're leaving things unfinished. So you want to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and getting enough sleep, meditating, taking some time to spend time alone to rebalance that air energy. Air signs often need to spend time alone to refocus. And, you know, make sure that you are spending time with people other than this, whoever this King of Pentacles energy is. You're spending time with people who are supportive to you and who, you know, who have good things, good energy to infuse into the situation. Make sure that you're not gossiping and talking about people, okay, behind their backs, which can also be, you know, a negative Gemini. I mean, it can be a negative trait for anyone, but the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords reversed can really talk, you know, in a damaging way. So very possible that that moon reversed energy could have been, you know, you said something to someone and then that got out into the open, and now, you know, there are hard feelings, and the energy is toxic, and the environment, you know, is toxic. So you want to make sure that you are being very careful about what you say, what words come out of your mouth, and the way that you're expressing them, because once they're out, you can't take them back. Okay, once that, and that's energy. Once that verbal energy is out in the universe, you can't catch it and pull it back. It's out there. Okay. Also, I want you to be aware that there is a full moon eclipse on the 31st in Aquarius. That is your fellow air sign. So this could be a very positive, supportive full moon for you, as far as letting go of things that no longer serve you and setting your intentions, especially for healing. The Aquarius full moon is also a blue moon. So it's the second new moon, I'm sorry, the second full moon in 1 month. So, you know, that's a very special moon. It also, as I said, is an eclipse. So eclipses have the power to create change very, very quickly. Okay, something that was supposed to change or resolve, that would usually take 6 months, it may take a few weeks under the influence of a full moon eclipse. So be very careful the 10 days prior to that eclipse. So say from the 21st, I'm actually going to be uploading this on the 21st, so you're getting that warning today. The next 10 days up until the full moon, and then 3 days after that, the energies are unstable. You have to be careful, and just kind of maybe sit back, go under the radar, see what develops, see what other people do. Don't react too strongly. Don't make any you know, decisions written in stone, because the energy is unstable at this moment, and you just have to wait until the dust clears and until it settles. Okay. So take very good care of yourself, Gemini. Watch where your energy flows and watch what your intentions are, and stay very focused on whatever that glimmer is. It may be a very small thing, but it is something that has the ability to grow and to expand and to take you into a new life than the one that you're dealing with right now. Okay. All right, so I wish you all good things, love, peace, and joy. Please contact me for a 6-month reading so that I can do your natal scope and give you very specific messages for your personal situation. Wishing you all good things, and I bid you namaste.